Hello and welcome. Today, we'll be showing you how to draw hills that can be used as sort of like props for a background, like the green grass background that we showed you earlier. To make a hill, it's pretty simple. First, we're going to take our line tool. We're going to add a layer, as we always do. And our brush is going to be about, in this case, 11. We're going to make a line, diagonal. Then we're going to pull this end down, just like that. Then we're going to come over here, we're going to draw another line, just like that, and we're going to pull this one down over here, and maybe even it out a little bit, so it has that natural hill look to it. Okay, just like that. Then, we're going to take a line, and we're going to bring it across the bottom, like that, okay? And you want to connect this off in case it's not exactly even. The point is, you want this to be completely closed off. Now, we're going to take our magic wand tool, and we're going to select the inside of this hill. We're now going to take our fill, and we're going to select a lighter shade of green. Bear in mind, I used a pretty dark green for this outline. I'm going to use a lighter shade of green, which I'm going to use the slider for, or I could select a lighter shade here. And now I'm going to fill it. Now I'm going to take my paintbrush, and I am going to start selecting all types of different shades of green, and dot the inside of this hill, kind of like this. Okay, and let's add some of this. It's the same color. This, like that. I can also use the slider if I want to get lighter, just like that. And then I'll add some more dark like that. So I've got a whole bunch of different colors on this hill. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my effects tab, and I'm going to go down to distort, and I'm going to go to frosted glass. Now I'm going to frost this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my scatter radius pretty wide. And the minimum is going to be pretty good too, like that. I'm going to hit OK. And now I am going to duplicate this layer. So now I've got 2 layer 2s, 3 layer 2s, 4 layer 2s. And I'm going to take the top layer 2, and now I'm going to take this arrow that says merge down, and I'm going to merge all of these layers back down into one. Now I am going to add a new layer. And then I'm going to take a dark shade of this green. So I have this dark green already selected. I'm going to go to my slider, my shade slider, and I'm going to slide this down to almost black, but not quite. And I'm going to take my paintbrush, and I'm going to increase the size to a pretty good size. Now I am going to color the sides of this hill, like this, see? And I'm going to put some on the other side, just like that. Then I'm going to go to Gaussian blur through my blurs, and I'm going to blur this, just like that. See? And I'm going to hit OK. Now I've got a pretty good hill. I'm going to take my layer 3, and I'm going to compress it down, and I'm not going to compress it into the background. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, and I'm going to open up my template for the simple grass background that I showed you in an earlier module. Here it is. Now I'm going to come over here, back to my hill. I'm going to select my hill using the selection tool. I'm going to go edit, copy. Now I'm going to go back over to my grass background, and I'm going to go edit, paste into a new layer. Now my hill is with my background, see? And I can stretch it so that it fits just right. I can move it down. Another thing I can do is if I don't like this line here, let's say I don't want to have this division in the middle, I can simply take my box, and I can Control X and delete that off. And then if I want to blur it, what I can do is I can select this area, I can compress this down, so now it's one single layer, and I can use my Gaussian blur. That's a little too much. I can make it and connect it so that it is just about right. And there you have it, a hill.